Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Friday, May 5th, 2023, Cinco de Mayo. Today, we are going to recap yesterday's NBA Stanley Cup playoffs, look ahead to today's and the weekend's games, Major League Baseball, soccer, golf, NASCAR. If we have time, we'll get into Survivor from Wednesday night, Idol, news and notes, and best bet. We'll start the NBA playoffs. We had one game last night. It was a dud as the Warriors bounced back in a big way and destroyed the Lakers 127-100, even up the series at 1 apiece. Klay Thompson had 30 points. LeBron had 23 and 7 boards. And the Warriors really, it was like an old school Warriors performance in that in the second and even the third quarters, like hitting a lot of threes, the crowd going nuts. Felt like an Oracle game from early on in this team's run. So that's a good sign for Golden State. And the Lakers, they got to adjust. Davis has to be better than he was. He has to be the game one Davis. If you really want to throw an overreaction at me, the Lakers need the game one Anthony Davis if they want to win the series. It's a perfect overreaction. And LeBron had like a pedestrian kind of stat line too. From last night. So we'll see if the Lakers can rebound in game number 3 at home or not. All right, you have 2 games tonight, 7:30 ESPN, Celtics Sixers. Just going to be Dave and Hubie on the call. I feel like this is going to be Dave and Hubie, maybe Mark and Doris. No, Mark and Doris are going to be in Miami for Knicks Heat. So let's see. Mark and Doris are actually going to be in Philly. Huh. Are they going to do a back-to-back? Like back-to-back-to-back? That's weird, or unless if Dave Pesh and Hubie are getting Knicks Heat. But Mark and Doris deserve to be on Knicks Heat. That's weird. I project Sixers 2.5 total 227 and 3/20. And it is Sixers giving. Oh no, Boston's giving 2.5 total 214.5. Is Embiid not playing? Like, that's so weird. Why is Boston favored in Philly? You know there's going to be people betting on Boston because you think the line doesn't make sense. But I'm taking the Sixers, getting the 2.5 and plus 120 to win straight up. Looks like Embiid's going to play. So, like, why is Philly not favored in this game at home? 10 o'clock on ESPN, you have the Nuggets and the Suns. I project Denver by 2, total 226 and 2 fits, and it's Suns by 4, total 225. Yes. Now, this is the case where favoritism arises because of one Kevin Durant. But the Suns are down 0-2. I get the desperate, but Philly should be favored in their game. And Phoenix, I'm not saying they should be an underdog here. My numbers have them as a dog, but should this be 2, 1.5, not 4? I'm taking the Nuggets getting the 4. And by the way, in the Celtics-Sixers game, I'm actually going to take the over. But I also do, obviously, like Philly to win that game 3. All right, now Saturday, 3:30 ABC, Knicks Heat. I'm interested to see who's calling this thing. I'm probably, is it going to be Mark and Doris or is it going to be Dave and Hubie? Maybe Ryan Rucco? I know Ryan Rucco has the Nuggets Suns. That makes sense with J.J. Redick and Richard Jefferson. So Dave and Hubie get Knicks Heat. That's crazy. That's a little nuts. I think it's because they want to limit Hubie Brown at his age, so they just gave him that game. And they kind of want Mark and Doris on the what is actually arguably the best series of the second round, like from a top-heavy standpoint, from team, not from star player. Now, because you know the band's going to be on all the Warrior-Laker games. So I project Heat by 1.5, total 23.5. But if Jimmy Butler doesn't play, I have Knicks 3.5. It is Heat by 3.5, total 208.5. I'll take the over again. The 3-point shooting in this series, the over should be the pick. And then 8:30 ABC Saturday night, Warriors, Lakers, Mike Breen, Mark Jackson, and Jeff Van Gundy, and Lisa Salters on the call. I have Lakers by 3, total 233 and 4/5, and it's 3.5 and 227.5. I like the over. I think that the Lakers will bounce back offensively. The Warriors will hit their shots too. So I like the over in that game. Sunday, 3 o'clock or 3:30 on ESPN, Celtics Sixers. So this is going to be Mark and Doris again. If Boston wins Game 3, Sixers 1.5, and if the Sixers win Game 3, I have Sixers by 3.5. So that would be my line projections there. And then 8 o'clock on TNT, Nuggets Suns. So you would think this is going to be Spiro Diaz and Grant Hill because they had the first games of this series. If the Nuggets win Game 3, it's Nuggets by 3. And if the Suns win Game 3 for Game 4, I would make it Nuggets by 1. All right, now we'll move on to the Stanley Cup playoffs. We'll go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to the weekend. So Panthers over Leafs 3-2 to take a 2-0 series lead. The number 3 started game with the goal. Gustav Forsling, number 2 started game with the goal and an assist. Antoine Ludell, number 1 started game with 35 saves on 37 shots. Sergei Bobrovsky. Stars over the Kraken 4-2 to even up the series at 1 apiece. Number 3 started the game with a goal and an assist. Tyler Seguin, number 2 started game with 25 saves on 27 shots. Jake Ottinger, number 1 started game with a goal and an assist. Wyatt Johnson. All right, tonight's games, we have Game 2, 8 o'clock TNT, Devils Hurricanes from Raleigh. You would think this is going to be Kenny Albert, Eddie Olczyk, and Keith Jones on the call. The Canes are slate favorites, minus 118. Devils are minus 102, over under 5.5. Overs plus 115, unders minus 140. Devils plus 1.5 is minus 265. Canes minus 1.5 is plus 215. I'm going to take the Devils again at minus 102 to bounce back and win game number 2. Saturday, 7 o'clock TNT, Oilers Golden Knights game 2. So that's a nice little primetime spot for that series. Sunday, 3:30 TBS, Hurricanes Devils, 6:30 TBS, Maple Leafs Panthers game 3. And then the other game 3 on the night, 9:30 TBS, Stars Kraken. So the NHL has a nice little window on Sunday. Meanwhile, the NBA has 2, and they have 3. All right, now move on to baseball. We'll go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to today and the weekend. Nats over the Cubs 4-3, Tigers over the Mets 2-0, Rays over the Pirates 3-2, Angels over the Cardinals 11-7, Orioles over the Royals 13-10, Twins over the White Sox 7-3-12, Rockies over the Brewers 9-6, Mariners over the A's 5-3, Braves over the Marlins 6-3, Red Sox over the Blue Jays 11-5. So best bet lost again with the Rockies Brewers going over rather than under. All right, 220 MLB Network, Marlins Cubs, Edward Cabrera and Justin Steele. These two teams played each other, I believe, last weekend, and the Marlins swept the Cubs. So the Cubs are minus 166, the Marlins are plus 140, over under 9, overs minus 114, unders minus 106. Marlins plus 1.5 is minus 142, Cubs minus 1.5 is plus 118. The Cubs are in a free fall after what was a really good start for them. Justin Steele, though, is pitching very well for Chicago. It is emerging into like a somewhat of an ace. So I'm going to go full game under 9, minus 106. All right, next is 6:30 Blue Jays Pirates. Chris Bassett and Rich Hill. Blue Jays minus 146, Pirates plus 124, over under 9, overs minus 112, unders minus 108. Jays minus 1.5 is plus 112, Pirates plus 1.5 is minus 132. For this one, I'm going to go full game over. Also 6:30, Yanks Rays. Johnny Brito and Yanni Chirinos. The Rays are minus 188. The Yankees are plus 158. Over under 8.5. Overs minus 115. Unders minus 105. Yanks plus 1.5 is minus 30. Rays minus 1.5 is plus 108. Johnny Brito, ever since I gave him out as a long shot for American League Rookie of the Year in my portfolio, he's gone to crap. So the pick's going to be over 4.5. Rays runs at minus 118. Apple TV Plus, White Sox, Reds. Lance Lynn, Hunter Green. Yikes. It's a pick of minus 180 each way. Over under 9. Overs minus 105. Unders minus 115. White Sox minus 1.5 is plus 146. Reds plus 1.5 is minus 176. I'm going to go with the Reds on the money line at minus 108. 7 o'clock, Red Sox, Phillies. Interesting series. Chris Sale, Zach Wheeler. Phils minus 162. Red Sox plus 136. Over under 8. Minus 110 each way. Red Sox plus 1.5 is minus 170. Phillies minus 1.5 is plus 140. Chris Sale is clearly not the same pitcher as he used to be. I'm going to go with the full game over. Rockies, Mets. Mets need these games. Antonio Senzatella making his season debut against Kodai Senga. Mets minus 245. Rockies 2-1. Over under 8.5. Overs minus 108. Unders minus 112. Rockies plus 1.5 is minus 102. Mets minus 1.5 is minus 118. Senga's been solid throughout the year, but his ERA blew up after a rough start. For this one, I'm going to go with the full game under 8.5 minus 112. Apple TV Plus, Twins Guardians. I almost said those two teams' names together. Bailey Ober and Peyton Battlefield. The Twins are minus 126. The Guardians are plus 108. Over under 8.5. Minus 110 each way. Twins minus 1.5 is plus 134. Guardians plus 1.5 is minus 162. For this one, I'm going to go with the full game under 8.5. Here's a good one. 720 O's Braves. Who would have thought O's Braves would have been a good game? Dean Kremer, Max Fried. Braves minus 20, O's plus 184, over under 8.5, minus 10 each way. O's plus 1.5 is minus 118. Braves minus 1.5 is minus 102. I think the Orioles are going to compete in this game. I don't know if they'll win the game outright, but I think they're going to hang around. I'm going to take the Orioles on the run line, plus 1.5 and minus 118. A's Royals at 8. Terrible game. Kyle Muller and Brad Keller. Royals minus 154. A's plus 130. Over under 9.5. Overs minus 115. Unders minus 105. A's plus 1.5 is minus 152. Royals minus 1.5 is plus 126. Full game over. Tigers Cards 8:15. Another bad game. Matt Boyd, Jordan Montgomery. The Cardinals are minus 235. The Tigers are plus 194. Over under 8. Overs minus 108. Unders minus 112. Tigers plus 1.5 is minus 111. Cardinals minus 1.5 is minus 108. The Cardinals, I think, have been overpriced because of their slow start, and they're continuing to get overpriced. I'm going to take the Tigers on the run line, plus 1.5 at minus 111. 9:30, Rangers, Angels, Dane Dunning and Tyler Anderson. This is actually not a bad game. Why isn't this game posted as like a betting? I'm going to check DraftKings real quick and see if they have it, but I'm surprised that it is not posted on FanDuel for some reason. No, it's not. That's weird. But anyway, if the Rangers are an underdog, I'll take them to win outright. Nats D-backs. Josiah Gray and Merrill Kelly. D-backs minus 184. Nats plus 154 over under 9. Overs minus 122. Unders even money. Nats plus 1.5 is minus 126. D-backs minus 1.5 is plus 105. I'm going full game under at even money. Dodgers, Padres. Huge series here. Clayton Kershaw and Yu Darvish. Dodgers are slight favorites, minus 116. Padres minus 102, over under 7.5. Overs minus 118, unders minus 104. Dodgers minus 1.5 is plus 142. Padres plus 1.5 is minus 172. Clayton Kershaw's looked like the Clayton Kershaw of old. I'm going to go under 3.5 Padre runs at minus 105. 10 o'clock Astros Mariners. Christian Javier, Luis Castillo. Mariners minus 136. Astros plus 116. Over under 7. Overs minus 102. Unders minus 120. Astros plus 1.5 is minus 194. Mariners minus 1.5 is plus 160. Mariners are favored against the Astros. I don't know if I would have expected that. This is another pretty decent series, although the Mariners are one game under 500. I could see a bullpen unexpectedly faltering in this game. So I'm going to go full game over 7, minus 102. And Brewers-Giants at 10:15. Corbin Burns and Sean Manaea. Brewers minus 132. Giants plus 112. Over under 8. Overs minus 105. Unders minus 115. Brewers minus 1.5 is plus 130. Giants plus 1.5 is minus 156. For this one, I'm going to go with under 3.5 Giants runs at minus 114. All right, the weekend, Saturday, 2:15, Tigers Cards. Spencer Turnbull and then Adam Wainwright making his season debut. Marlins Cubs. Brian Hoeing and Drew Smyly. 4 o'clock Yanks Rays. Domingo Germán and Drew Rasmussen. Rockies Mets. Austin Gomber and Tyler McGill. 6 o'clock Twins Guardians. Sonny Gray and Logan Allen. 6:30 Blue Jays Pirates. Jose Barrios and Johan Oviedo. White Sox Reds, Mike Clevenger, Nick Lodolo. 7 o'clock, A's Royals, Ken Waldichuk, Brady Singer. 7:15 on Fox, Orioles Braves, Kyle Bradish and Spencer Strider. Red Sox Phillies, that's probably the game that everybody's going to get. Corey Kluber and Bailey Falter. The Joe Davis group's probably going to be at Red Sox Phillies. Brewers Giants, is that going to be on Fox 2? Colin Rea and Alex Cobb should be in consideration. 8 o'clock, Nats D-backs, Mackenzie Gore and Tommy Henry. 8:30, Dodgers Padres, Dustin May, Blake Snell. 9 o'clock, Rangers Angels, Nate Eovaldi, Reed Detmers. And 9:30, Astros Mariners, Brandon Bielik and Marco Gonzalez. All right, Sunday, 11:30 on NBC, Orioles Braves. How about NBC getting a game? Tyler Wells and Bryce Edler. 1:30, Reds Phillies. Tanner Houck, Tyjon Walker. Blue Jays Pirates. Yusei Kikuchi, Rontoni Contreras. Rockies Mets. Ryan Feltner is going for the Mets. Yankees Rays. Garrett Cole, Josh Fleming. Twins Guardians. Joe Ryan, Cal Quantrill. 2 o'clock, A's Royals. Mason Miller and Ryan Yarbrough. Tigers Cards at 2:15. We don't know what's going for the Tigers, and Steven Matz is going for St. Louis. 2:20 Marlins Cubs. Sandy Alcantara and Hayden Wesneski. 4 o'clock Brewers Giants. We don't know what's going for Milwaukee, and it's Ross Stripling for San Francisco. Rangers Angels. Martin Perez and Jose Suarez. White Sox Reds. Michael Kopech, Luke Weaver. Astros Mariners. Hunter Brown, Bryce Miller. Nats Dodgers. Trevor Williams and Ryan Nelson. And Sunday Night Baseball, 7 o'clock on ESPN, the Dodgers and the Padres, Julio Urias and Joe Musgrove. All right, now move on to soccer. We'll go over the notable results from yesterday and look ahead to the busy weekend ahead. All right, so we'll start with English Women's Super League. From Wednesday, Chelsea beat Liverpool 2-1. And then today, 2:30, you have Arsenal and Leicester. I'm try to find it up here. I can't find that one. And then Sunday, busy slate, 7:30 Man United, Tottenham, 9 o'clock Brighton and Hove, West Ham, Liverpool, Man City, Reading, Aston Villa, and Chelsea, Everton at 1:45 for the women's. All right, English Premier League. Yesterday, Brighton over Man United 1-0. And then over the weekend, 10 o'clock, Bournemouth Chelsea at 10. Man's Leeds, Tottenham Crystal Palace, Wolves Aston Villa, and then 12:30 Liverpool Brentford. And then Sunday, 11:30 Newcastle Arsenal, and 2 o'clock you have West Ham and Man United. All right, Mexican Liga over the weekend at 7 o'clock. You have Cruz Azul and Atlas. On Saturday at 7 and 9 o'clock, you have Pachuca and Santos. And then Sunday, 9:06, you have Leon and Athletic San Luis. And 11 o'clock, you have Tigres and Puebla. German Bundesliga today at 2:30, you have Leverkusen and Cologne. Leverkusen's minus 170. Cologne is plus 420. Draws 3-1. Leverkusen shouldn't lose this game. Or I should say they should win. Under 2.5 goals at plus 106. And then Mainz and Schalke. Mainz minus 170. Schalke plus 420. Draws plus 290. This is a tough one. But I'm going to go with under 2.5 goals at plus 116. Saturday, 9:30, Gladbach, Bochum, Augsburg, Union Berlin, Hertha, Stuttgart, Freiburg, RP Leipzig, Hoffenheim, Frankfurt, and 12:30, Bremen, Bayern. Sunday, 11:30, Dortmund and Wolfsburg. La Liga. Yesterday's results. Girona over Mallorca 2-1, Sevilla over Espanyol 3-2, Betis over Athletic 1-0, Rayo over Valladolid 2-1. And we're not going to see La Liga until a week from today, as that league has a little bit of a break in their regular play. Italian Serie A, yesterday's results. Empoli over Bologna 3-1, Udinese Napoli 1-1 draw. All right, tomorrow 9 o'clock, Milan and Lazio, AS Roma and Inter Milan at 12, and 2:45 Cremonese and Spezia. And Sunday 6:30 Atalanta and Juventus. At 6:30, 9 o'clock, Torino, Monza, 12 o'clock, Napoli, Fiorentina, and 2:45, Lecce and Verona. League One, all right. Saturday, 11 o'clock, Nice and Rennes, Reims and Lille at 1, and at 3, Lens and Marseille. Sunday, 7 o'clock, Angers, Monaco, 9 o'clock, AC Ajaccio, Toulouse, Auxerre, Clermont Foot, Lorient, Brest, 9:10, Strasbourg, 11 o'clock, Lyon and Montpellier, and 2:45, Troyes and PSG. And then the Dutch Eredivisie. Today, 2 o'clock, you have RKC, Waldwick, and FC Volendam. Just going to pull up the odds real quick. RKC's minus 105, FC's plus 230, draws plus 270. I'm going to go with the draw plus 270. I feel I can draw there. All right, 12:45 Saturday, Sparta PSV, 2 o'clock, NAC Heerenveen, Cambuur, FC Utrecht, and 3 o'clock, Ajax and AZ Alkmaar. Sunday, 6:15, Emmen and FC Twente, 8:30, Excelsior and Feyenoord, 8:30, Go Ahead Eagles and FC Groningen, and 10:45, Fortuna and Vitesse. And then Portuguese Primeira Liga, say 3:15, you have Casa Pia and Portimonense. Casa Pia is even money. Portimonense is plus 270, the draws plus 210. I'm going to go with Casa Pia at even money. Saturday, 10:30, Santa Clara and Gil Vicente, 1 o'clock, Bavista and Estoril, 3:30, Benfica and Braga. Sunday, 10:30, Maritimo and Rio Ave, 1 o'clock, Guimarães and Vizela, and 3:30, Ferreira and Sporting. And then English League Championship from yesterday. Huddersfield over Sheffield United 1-0. And then the 8's a monster day. We'll get to that on the Monday show. Major League Soccer over the weekend. Interesting slate. Saturday, 7:30, CF Montreal, Orlando, Charlotte, NYCFC, Cincinnati, DC United, Miami, Atlanta, Red Bulls, Union, San Jose, LAFC, Toronto, New England, 8:30, Dallas, St. Louis, Houston, Salt Lake, Nashville, Chicago, Galaxy, Colorado Rapids, at 10:30, Portland, Austin, Vancouver, Minnesota, and then Sunday at 4:30, Seattle and Kansas City. And then the Women's Soccer League, Saturday, 1 o'clock, Washington, San Diego at 1, 7 o'clock, North Carolina, Portland, Orlando, Louisville, and 10 o'clock, Soul Rain, Houston. Sunday, 6 o'clock, Chicago, Gotham. And that's at 6. And at 8 o'clock, you have Angel City and Kansas City. So that's it for the soccer. Now we're going to go over the leaderboard for the Wells Fargo Championship. Interesting start to this one. Right now, your leader with a score of 6 under is a tie. Xander Schauffele and Tommy Fleetwood. Tied for third with 5 under, Kevin Strillman, Kungu Lee, Taylor Moore, Matthew Neesmith, Nate Lashley, and Tom Kim. Tied for ninth with 4 under, Steve Iglia, Patrick Cantlay, Justin Thomas, Harold Hatton, Adam Scott, Wyndham Clark, Ryan Palmer, Emiliano Grillo. Tied for 17th with 3 under, Theo Hostler, Rory McIlroy, Adam Simpson, Chris Kirk, J.J. Spahn, Davis Thompson, Keith Mitchell is in the tie for 23rd with 2 under with Matt Fitzpatrick, Sungjae Im, Gary Woodland, Seamus Power, Lucas Glover, Troy Merritt, Doug Gibb, Callum Town, Ricky Fowler, Cam Champ, Michael Kim, and MJ Duffy. Tied for 36 with 1 under. It's a pretty big group. Ryan Moore, Stefan Yeager, Max Homa, Corey Connors, Matt Wallace, Austin Eckert, Kramer Hickok, Chung Sampon, Eric Cole, Brendan Todd, Keegan Bradley, Chad Ramey, Saiwoo Kim, Trey Mullinax, Taylor Pendrith, Sungwoo Kim, Max McGreevy, Jason Duffner, Dylan Lingworth, and Trace Coe. Tied for 56th at even, Robbie Shelton, Will Gordon, Dylan McCarthy, Martin Laird, Harry English, Tony Finau, Cam Davis, Webb Simpson, Nate Hardy, Justin Lauer, Scott Stevens, Chasen Hadley, Jordan Spieth, Stuart Sink, Richie Rensky, Victor Hovland, Cam Young, Matt Kuchar, Ashkay Bahita, Harry Hall, and Ryan Cole. Now I'm going to do notable. 77th at 1 over, Hayden Buckley, Mark Hubbard, Seb Straka, Joel Dahman, Jason Day, Francesco Molinari, Grayson Higo, Robert Strub, Zach Blair, Joseph Burnett, Jimmy Walker, Aaron Ray, James Holland, Justin Sue, Nate Watney, Danny Willett, Brian Harmon, Sam Burns, Shane Lowry, Adam Shank, Henrik Norlander, Brent Grant, Dylan Wu. Tie for 101st at 2 over, Evan Van Rooyen, JT Potson, Chesra V. Things are changing on the fly. Alex Molly, Scott Piercy, Kevin Tway, Carson Young, Ben Taylor, Alex Lorenz, Shane Lowry, Adam Shank. Tied for 110th with 3 over, Lucas Hodges, Adam Long, Luke List, Nicholas Echevarria, Adam Hadwin, Harrison Endicott, Mackenzie Hughes, Jordan Spieth. Tied for 120th with 4 over, Doc Redman, Michael Thompson, Russell Knox, Colin Morikawa, Paul Haley, Grayson Sieg, and actually Brent Grant's down to 4 over, so he dropped. Tied for 129th with 5 over, Joaquin Herman, Taylor Montgomery, Trevor Cohen, Patrick Rogers, Davis Lipsky, Tyler Duncan, Zach Johnson. Tied for 136 with 6 over, Austin Cook, Kelly Craft, Dylan Fratelli, Pat Gazier, Lucas Griffin, Ben Griffin, and Marcus Bird. Tied for 143 with 7 over, Davis Riley, Rory Sabatini. So somebody just moved up. So Davis Riley tied for 149 to 7 over. Tied for 150th with 8 over, Ben Martin. Tyson Alexander, 153rd with 10 over. And withdrawing from the competition, Adam Putnam and Peter Malnati. All right, now will be NASCAR. We have a couple of races this weekend. The Truck Series is back after a little bit of a hiatus. So tomorrow, 8 o'clock, Fox Sports 1 from Kansas, the Heart of America 200. Should be an interesting race. The trucks haven't raced since April 14th, so it's been almost a month since we've seen the trucks. So I'm going to pick to win this race. I'm going to lay a fifth of a unit each on the picks for NASCAR. I'm going to go with someone who I went with earlier in the year, I think, Christian X, at 15-1. And now the Cup Series, the Advanced Health 400 Sunday 3:30, Fox Sports 1 from Kansas. Should be an interesting race. There's some value on the board on a lot of drivers. There's one at 28-1. It stands out to me big time. And that is Mr. Brad Keselowski. 28-1, laying a fifth of a unit on it. So that would be a really nice payday if that would hit. So that is the Event Health 400. All right, now I'm going to recap last night's episode. Or I'm sorry, or preview the episode for Sunday for American Idol. It is the top 8. Alanis Morissette, Ed Sheeran. Obviously, they are going to be guest judging with Lionel and Katie out of town. So it's going to be a very interesting show. So we're down to Iam Wiani, Warren P., Megan Danielle, Haven Madison, Zachariah Smith, Colin Stow, and Oliver Steele. I think Ian Tungy is the favorite to win it all. He is just absolutely a joy to watch. He really sings powerful songs. He's a very unique singer and person. And I'm really happy that he is doing a good job. So I don't know how many are going to be eliminated in this episode. So I'm going to look at past seasons to help out. Because Judge's Song Contest was 10. And it went down to 8. Meanwhile, last year, it went from 7-5 to the finale, and the finale had 3. And Disney was earlier in the season. So, Idol from last season went I'm trying to find the Disney episode from last year on Idol. And like the countdown from there, because that at that point it was like all right, so it went. So Judge's Choice was top 11. top 10 for Disney. And then the reunion show, that was irrelevant. The Mother's Day show had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Disney went from 10 to 7. And then the next week's episodes went to 5. And then the finale was 3. So I would expect it to go from 8 to 5 to 3. So let's predict top 5. Who will be in the top 5? So I'm going to predict that Oliver will not make the top 5 because Katie had to save his ass last week. So that's obvious. Unless he has a monster performance for Alanis and Ed Sheeran. Ian Tungi, I'd be stunned if he wasn't in the top 5. He is so talented. I think he'll be in. Weani, I think, will also be in the top 5. And my first one off, Oliver. The second person who I think will not make the top 5, Colin. I like Colin a lot, but there's just a lot of talent on this show. Someone else who I think will make the top 5, Haven Madison. I think Haven's come a long way, and she's had a couple of rocky performances lately, but I think she'll come around. And I also think Megan Danielle will crack the top 5. I think she's a singer on the rise. And I believe that she'll make it. And then the final one I have is Warren P. And let's say it goes to 6. I think the 6th will be Zachariah. In case they go to a top 6. So as of right now, my top 5 picks is Weani, Iam Tungi, Warren P., Megan Danielle, and Haven Madison. And if it's a top 6, then Zachariah Smith will be in there. And I think that Oliver goes, Colin goes, and if it's a top 5, Zachariah goes. So those are my predictions for American Idol. For the weekend. All right, the news and notes. As we head into the weekend, let's just go in random. Ilya Samsonov was asked about Sergei Bobrovsky's fight in Game 2. He said, "I don't give an F," he says. Samsonov was really not having it. Canes fans troll Jack Hughes as someone photoshopped a picture of Sebastian Aho with Jack's mom right behind the Devils bench. Yikes. Norris Trophy finalists Cale Makar, Adam Fox, Erik Karlsson. I think Karlsson's going to win that award. He was so good. And the first defenseman with 100 points in a long time, so he's got to win that award. I don't care that that team was bad. But if you take away the 100 points from Karlsson, then in theory it should be Cale Makar. There's optimism that Jimmy Butler could play in Game 3 against the Knicks. That'd be wonderful for Miami if they were to do that. The big news in the NBA yesterday, though, is that the Bucks fired Mike Budenholzer after first round loss to the Heat. That's not surprising. As I said yesterday, Jeff Burns, I think that would have been announced sooner had his brother not passed away. But you got to feel sorry for Budenholzer for his loss of his brother. And now he loses his job because he lost to an 8 seed. So very tough times for him. And Jeff and I last night, when I had him on, were discussing who could be in play for that Bucs job. We suggested Nick Nurse, the former Raptors coach. There's a couple of other coaches. I think that one of their assistants maybe could be in play, or well, they think outside the box and hire like Ray Allen. Who knows? Dylan Brooks' agent called out Shams for his under any circumstances report. Yikes. And then Grizz, unhappy with Brooks, says Memphis did not want messaging of Dylan Brooks' reported departure to be that he was the scapegoat. Russell Westbrook and Patrick Beverley would like title rings if the Lakers win it all, despite being traded in February. To me, if you were traded from the team before the playoff run, you shouldn't get a ring. I'm sorry. But if you're a player that's injured and not, it's hard to say didn't play the whole season because that's hard because you didn't contribute. But say if you were a player that tore your ACL in the middle of the playoffs and the team still won, then you deserve a ring because you were a part of the run. But say if you were injured in like the regular season, depending on what mark of the regular season, then sure, you were a big part of getting us to the spot. So you deserve a ring. But Patrick Beverley and Russell Westbrook do not deserve rings. I'm sorry. They were the reason why the team was struggling, and there's a reason why they were traded, and the trading of those two players is why the Lakers season got turned around. Damian Lillard sent out a tweet after the Bucks fired Coach Bud. Tom Brady might walk away from his Fox contract as he could pull out from the $375 million broadcast deal with Fox. That's interesting. Lamar Jackson's contract also has a no-trade clause and a record $72.5 million signing bonus. The Giants extend Dexter Lawrence 4 years, $90 million, third highest paid defensive tackle in the league. Well-deserved for Dexter, career year, and he gets rewarded for it. So that's good. The Giants took care of him. Now they have to figure out something with Saquon Barkley. Alabama baseball fired their coach, Brad Bohannon, connected to suspicious bets. I'm not surprised. And this is amid the investigation into gambling activity. Like I said, that's not surprising. And apparently they bet against the team. Luka Doncic is helping the Belgrade victims as he's paying for funeral services and grief counseling after a mass shooting in a Serbian elementary school. That's really nice that Luka's doing that. Pirates pitcher Cole Holderman retires 3 batters on 9 pitches for the first immaculate inning of the season. The Eagles signed Jalen Carter, 4-year fully guaranteed $21.8 million deal. How about the Kansas Jayhawks? They had Hunter Dickinson from Michigan. Oh, baby. They have to be among the favorites to win it all next year. Jessica Alba tweets Sauce Gardner after meeting him at the Knicks game on Tuesday night. All right, last but not least, my best bet of the day brought to you by FanDuel. There's a couple in consideration for this. I'm going to lay a unit with a baseball total that I liked. And that total that I'm going to touch is the under 8.5 between the Twins and the Guardians. Battlefield's had some moments this year. Bailey Ober's been terrific. So I'm going under 8.5 between the Twins and the Guardians for my best bet. All right, that's it for the show. I'll be back on Monday recapping everything and looking at everything going on. We will not have a best bet on Monday because I will be in a state that gambling, or I should say sports betting, is not legal in. Hope you guys have a great day, everyone.